briefing counsels can be very anxious if they have not briefed Mr. Khurshid before. So they come asking me later after the briefing, will he read? Will he read? Does he read? Does he read? Yeah, because otherwise, can you please take him through these page numbers, etc. So that's the kind of zeal the briefing counsels come with, because they really don't want things to be messed up, because ultimately it's their responsibility to get the matter disposed of in the way they want, right? What to prepare before a briefing. So this is the part where we were showing you the compilation. What do you prepare before the briefing? What can you prepare during the course of the arguments? So note for us, for the senior, something you're going to prepare before the briefing, right? So you're going to hand it over to him so that he has something to refer to when you're briefing. That's very important, right? It can be of different kinds. As somebody asked, if you need to have all the dates, just important dates. One pager is the best note you can give to a senior. It can be headings, bullet points, numbered. I showed you the convenience note. That's one of the ways you can do it, right? I'll send you more. If this case that we were talking about, the LOD that we showed you, I can send you more how I had broken everything, because there was many witnesses, there were many accused, some were juveniles. So we had broken everything up, made separate tables, and how we've done that, I think I can share that document with you. Arguments with supporting documents in bracket and page numbers, right? So whenever you are writing any so bullet points, you can mention even legal submissions in bullet points, and you can mention which document to refer to, because there will be something that will substantiate that point that needs to show to the judge. It helps to show. So there's one way of doing it is you just say, and that, he has also written a letter to so and so saying this. Instead of saying that, you say, my lords, can you please have a look at page number so and so. This is where so he has written a letter, and this is what he's saying in the letter. You make him read it. That has a greater impact than when you just say it, right? Therefore, it's important to mention which document at which page number he needs to refer to when he's making those arguments, right? So something very related to that, I was working on the 2G matter when I told you there were so many files. Now, we didn't have much time. So what I did was, once when the briefing counsel was briefing him, I was just making notes of which all documents were referring to, right? So apart from arguments and stuff, you remember, once you're looking at which document you are referring, or you just mention in one line what argument it is, and then you mention the document page number, right? So the senior's job is made so much easier. He just has to take that. So Mr. Khurshid started referring to that format as a roadmap. So each time he needs a roadmap, he has to prepare it. So when we were doing auto spare matters, we were appearing for Competition Commission in Compat. Now it goes to NCLAT. So this is what he asked me to prepare a roadmap, how he's going to take the judge through. So that's how you prepare which argument will go first, which will come later. It helps you to even prepare when you're preparing it in the form of roadmap with the document reference as well, right? So far clear? Okay, so you can arrange the documents in a systematic manner so that the senior and thereafter the judge doesn't have to jump from one volume to another. So as I said, when you're preparing the convenience volume, you're doing the same thing. So even when you're preparing the arguments, you can do that as well. Either you can do it issue-based and then prepare a convenience volume, or you can do it in a manner so that the judges don't have to jump from one volume to another. These are like small things that you learn over a period of time. You realize during proceedings it's becoming very difficult. Sometimes the matter gets adjourned because of this. And then you actually have to tell them that I'm sorry, next time we'll carry a convenience volume. And then the senior looks at the briefing counsel like, you know what, you should have done this. So it's something that's expected from you. The judge expects. The senior becomes accountable to him, and you become accountable to the senior. Note for yourself. So you've given one note to the senior. It can be a detailed list of dates and a short one. There's another note that for yourself, it can be handwritten. It can be something that now you are going to refer to. It can be same as well, but sometimes briefing counsels have preferred to carry their own notes where they write how they are going to explain a certain point to the senior, and then
So
leave it to the senior.
yeah, I just like to say something on this. Uh, Mute yourself. Yeah. So what happens is that when you are going to argue, see, you've written something for another person to read, but you may need a quick bullet list of points. Okay, so you may need to make a note, or you will need to underline in a copy of that, or you will just write in plain pen and paper. That's your agenda for the briefing or for the court argument, and that's going to be separate from the documents and the written submissions and any convenience note that you give. Okay, so because that's your roadmap and that's your note in which you will take the judges through. Yes, Sanchita, please continue.
Yeah, sometimes you may even want to write the kind of logic you'll use to explain the point. So that's not part of the document you're giving to the judge or to the senior, but you have made a note for yourself that this is how I'm going to explain this point. And then the senior will make his own note, right? So this kind of note really helps if you have, because at that time it may not strike you that, oh, this is how I need to explain this point. Yeah, it may not be a very formal document. It's just meant for you. It can be handwritten. Uh, Write down the signposts. So signposts are very, very important whether you are arguing or whether you are preparing your for your briefing, right? So even in your briefing or you are arguing, you use the same strategy. You use signposts to make the person understand. Somebody just now said that it was way more interesting than even being on a trip or something. So signposts are something that does that job for you. It makes things easier when you are going for a trip, right? You're going to an unknown destination. What do? You follow signposts. It makes it easier. You know how many kilometers, where would you reach. That's what you do when you are briefing a senior. You tell him that these are, and don't shy away from doing that. Some people think, oh, how can I say, talk like this? No, you tell him, I'm going to take you through this, or I am going to now. So this is a relief that we are seeking. I'm going to put forth 4 arguments before you now. That will help us in getting this relief. The first issue here is this. So there are 2 submissions that will be important for explaining this, etc. Right? So you always say how many, and then you start explaining. You can break it further, and you can say that one submission would be this, and then you show, right? Or you can give them uh, uh, right, or you can give them a kind of we'll come to that. The briefing structure we are going to come in a while.